Carmen. Today we have a reading for you about somebody who is not able to connect romantically at the moment. They have too much going on. I have too much, too many interests, so I can't be tied down right now. But they are still making plans for the future with you and hoping that the timing works out for you. I know that I want you in my future. I'm working on making the proper plans. All right. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Hello, Dracula. Hello, Shayla. How we doing? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. That's in the description box for you if I said it too fast, as is more information on how to become a member, as well as how to find my Etsy shop if you are interested in a homemade soy candle. Let's dive in and get some more for you. What do we want? We're going to go with the Noisy Tarot. Hello, Gerhard. Hello, Nat Nat. Hello, Joaquin. How are we doing? Thank you, Gerhard. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hello, Garrett. How are you doing? So, a little bit of a late start for me today. I'm sorry. I got a little bit lazy after eating the best Indian food I've ever had. So, forgive me. We've got the Six of Swords in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. And also, I'm technically like right now at 25,000 subscribers, but it's like on the nose, 25,000. So I'm a little bit hesitant because every now and then, lose a little subscriber or two. But I do believe tomorrow is when I'm going to be doing that live stream where I do freebie personal questions. So keep your eyes peeled for the post that I make tomorrow. I'll give you a heads up before I do that freebie reading live stream. But with the Six of Swords being in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles, this is someone who's saying, look, things are not great, so I don't feel like I can be in a relationship. Maybe this is someone who's going through a breakup or even a divorce. Maybe this is someone who's trying to make sure that things are going in the right direction for their career before they get too involved. Maybe this is someone who's got some family obligations, like helping their parents or a sibling. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. What else do we have? We have the World and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is someone who is wrapping up a chapter where they have known loss, where they have felt like they got knocked off their square or, had to take a few steps back. Page of Swords in the reverse, Five of Wands in the reverse. Look, I made a decision that I shouldn't have, or I was dealing with people that I couldn't trust. I got involved with something that caused me to lose my job or to, have to start over with regards to social or like romantic things. And because I was a little bit wobbly there, it's taking me a minute to get situated or get back to a place where I feel like I know what's going on, right? And up is up. Hello, Arm. How we doing? Thank you, Matt. I'm trying. What else do we have? Strength in the reverse. And the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Maybe they had a huge setback in terms of their finances. But this does feel to me like someone who is quite responsible. I could be, a little bit irresponsible and make a decision on a whim and dive into a relationship with you, but I don't necessarily feel like that's the right move. I've got to get some things sorted first. And then we can do the love thing. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? What else do we have? We have the Empress and the Ten of Swords. So the individual who is working to reestablish balance in their life is this Empress. This is someone who has felt a sense of accomplishment. Maybe it was, hey, I got, my dream job, or I bought the house with the white picket fence. Everything was great. And then I lost it all. I thought I had what I wanted. I thought I had the situation that was right for me. And then something ruined it all, or someone. They're still moving, they're still working on themselves, they're still trying to get into a better situation, but it was a pretty desperate set of circumstances that they found themselves dealing with. I do feel like this is someone who's going through or has gone through a really frustrating breakup or divorce. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. It was really difficult to go through that, but I learned a lot about myself as a result of that pain or that sense of betrayal. I learned how strong I am getting through that. Hello, Eric. Hello, Carly. Yes, I think it's a common theme for those that ascend to the Empress level, and probably also the Emperor, right? Hello, Eric. How are you doing? I was there about maybe 6 weeks ago. Not where I got the shirt, though, if that's the connection. 8-Bit, how are you doing? I owe you no, did I email you? I think I did email you right before this. Okay, never mind. Hopefully you have that. Hello. Is it dialed? How are you doing? Hello, Spiritual Awakening. Ooh, that sounds a little spooky, Matt. Excellent. So we have the Five of Cups and the Two of Swords in the reverse. Did I say Five of Swords or did I say Five of Cups? It's the Five of Cups. So I recognize that there's still things for me to live for, that there's still brighter days ahead, but I gotta clean up these 3 cups that tipped over. I think this is someone who's going through a divorce or moving out after having started a life with someone and then realizing that that person, they're not who I thought they were. So the decision that I made to trust someone ended up kind of blowing up in my face or causing a lot of chaos. And I'm cleaning up the pieces, putting back together my life. But they see you as like the light at the end of the tunnel. Wow. So you can't really see how it's set up on my table, but the width of where I set the cards, we have the Empress and the Emperor bookending it. So what this tells me is we have someone who was more so in that divine feminine energy. They took a chance on love. They were very loving and caring. They made themselves emotionally available or even vulnerable. And they got burned. They got betrayed. And dealing with this divorce or setting up shop elsewhere, starting over, has given them the opportunity, because they were dealing with a King of Swords in the reverse, someone who is dishonest or even cold. Some may even call King of Swords heartless. Dealing with this situation has enabled them to have a greater appreciation for that divine masculine energy within them. Remember, we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. Well, that sounds like a good idea. Hello, Vaccinator. How are you doing? Well, Two of Quills, which is the Two of Swords. This is saying yes, but know when to leave, vaccinator. All right, this is the Dragon's Tarot. Let's see what we need to know. So if you are going through this kind of difficult breakup, just know that this has worked out to your benefit, even if it doesn't feel like it. Otherwise, you could be the person that this Empress Emperor is very interested in, but they're telling you, hey, I need a little bit of time. I gotta get like my money right, or I gotta figure out, you know, my new living situation, or I wanna get my feet under me at this new job. So take it how it resonates. This is either your energy getting acclimated or reacclimated, or it's the person who has a thing for you. We have the Magician and the Eight of Wands. Fast-moving energy. Let me figure out what's going on, and then I will be in communication. I'll have my people call your people. Thank you, 8-Bit. Jinko jeans. I remember those. What's up with this connection? I've added that for you. Thank you, 8-Bit. Hello, Jamike. I hope you're having a good one. So once I figure out what I need to figure out after this difficult change in my life, what I want to be able to do is spend more time with you. What I want to be able to do is pursue happiness with you by my side. Even though I've been hurt in love, even though I have felt betrayed, I still believe in love because I've encountered you. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse again, and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. This is someone who is not letting heartbreak prevent them from being happy. Sometimes people go through a really difficult time in love, and it's like, I don't want any of that. You can stay way over there. Maybe, you know, more of like a Queen of Wands energy in the reverse, where I'll have like superficial or short-term relationships, but nothing serious because I can't trust any of you. But this is someone who's saying, I'm getting my life back together. I'm going through that healing process, and then I'll be ready to love. Judgment in the reverse. You may connect or commiserate over a similar issue in love. Maybe you both felt like you had at one time found that person that was, you know, your better half, only to realize that you were wrong, that you gave someone the benefit of the doubt, or you fell in love with their potential. But I see you and this other person, however it resonates for you, you both still have this desire for a higher level of connection, a higher level of commitment. What else do we have, please? Page of Swords. They're thinking about what to tell you. They're making plans. This is someone who feels a little bit like a fish out of water. I don't feel like I can make things work here, or, you know, this is kind of like not my town anymore. I feel like the social circumstances have changed. Sometimes when you have a divorce or a serious breakup, friends feel the need to choose a side, right? Aw, I'm sorry you misunderstand what we're doing here, Drew. We're not conjuring demons. I still wish you a great weekend, but it sounds like maybe my channel isn't the right one for you. Hello, Shayla. Well, I guess I've said hello, but thank you for the tip. How's my son's mental and emotional state? Mental and emotional state? Does he understand the situation? I sure hope so. We shall find out. Has he been brainwashed? Will I go to court soon? I've added that for you. Thank you, Shayla. The Sun in the reverse. They may have dealt with some depression because of this breakup. The disappointment of feeling like you had found someone. And with Temperance in the reverse, there's disarray or imbalance. This is why I can't be in a relationship. I gotta figure out these things first and then I can do that. See, that's part of why I have this channel, so that y'all can know that you're not the only one going through things. Thank you for sharing that, Karmas. What else do we have? 10 of Cups in the reverse. And the High Priestess in the reverse. I don't like this X. So our Empress Emperor individual, this is someone who has had to basically take care of everything. And they've dealt with somebody who was very manipulative, very dishonest, and wanted to control how everybody else sees them and saw this Empress or Emperor. So there could have been some gossip. Hey, King Corbin, this is my channel. This is what I choose to do with it. If you don't like it, you just click off. There's like so much else on YouTube, home. Yes, positive vibes all around. Thank you, Nat. Yeah, see, this is why I do this. I love that. All right. Let's see what else we have. This is the Tarot of the Nile. 8-bit, I think it's because they don't realize it's a waste of energy. Hello, Halloween. What's up? Hello, Madison. I hope you're having a good day. 10 of Cups. Your person is daydreaming about the day when things can be normal or happy, and they picture it with you. So things have been difficult because I thought I found my partner for life. It looks like I made the wrong choice here. Things are dissolving, things are ending, but I found this connection with somebody else. And once I can get through this, you know, kind of tumultuous time, then I envision happiness again with you, you know, going to the movies, going out to eat, doing little things like building furniture together. It's a really good test of the relationship, right? So even though I feel like I've been unlucky in love, there's this new person who seems to be a much better fit for what I want or what I need in my life. And I know better now how to choose a partner based on what I've learned from this relationship that didn't work. Sending you healing, Sean. I hope you're having a good night despite that. Hello, James. How are you doing? Halloween, you can put your request in a super chat, and I add you to the list when you do that. And after the general reading, which will be in about 15 minutes, I start the personal questions. Not necessarily broken furniture. I did take a little bit longer to get going today because I was hanging up some art and moving some more stuff. That's why I finally have the art here. There's a painting from years ago that I finally hung up on the wall. I kind of forgot I had it. Anyways, we have the Hierophant and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So I have to be patient. I have to give a little bit of a break to my heart. But maybe for some of you, if they're going through a divorce, you know, they might, by legal standards, need to be untethered. They're not in a relationship, right? Halloween, most people, I don't have like a specific number. Most people do like $5 or $10. If you're cool like 8-bit, you'll do repeating numbers like 1111 or 888. I love that. We have the Hermit and the Ten of Wands in the reverse. This person has strong will. They've acquired that, or they've honed that because of what they've been through with this difficult relationship and breakup. They're wiser for this. They know how to communicate more effectively, and they know what they want and what they're looking for more than they did in the past. So sometimes heartbreak is good. Sometimes heartbreak is what helps you to discover who you really are or what you really need. I sure hope you do, Sean. I like the alien emoji 8-bit. Two of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So I know I have to be a little bit distracted, or I know I can't offer you a lot right now, but I'm planning it. I'm making room for you in my life. And I'm willing to take that chance on connecting with you, even though I've been really going through it with this breakup. We have the Devil and the Two of Swords. There is a small risk here, whoever I'm reading for. Take it how it resonates, right? You're either this Empress/Emperor or the person that they are interested in starting a new relationship with. But there's a little bit of a risk that somebody gets obsessed trying to figure out, like, when is this going to happen? Why is this taking so long? I want everything now, now, now. Patience. Patience is a virtue. Hello, Melissa. How are you doing today? Yeah. Knight of Swords. Come on, make the decision already. Let me know that we can be together. I don't want to be like waiting around forever. Give me that attention. You know you want me. You know you love me. So let's just like dive right in. And this Emperor is like, hold on. Hold on. Just gotta like, you know, figure out some stuff. I'm a little bit lost, or I'm a little bit busy right now. I'm carrying a whole bunch of stuff. Just give me a minute. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? And then when I figure out where everything goes and I set up my new place, or I start my new job, or whatever else I need to do, then I will be so excited to finally start a relationship with you. They're definitely like working towards it. They don't want to delay it. They just want to make sure that they do things the right way. else do we have? This is the Fairy Godmother Oracle. Fickleness and wish. I know what I need to avoid now. I know what things to look for in a partner, in part because I was a little bit too quick to rush into a relationship before, and I've learned a lesson. But I feel like you are the person for me. I feel like we're going to be very happy. I just need to make sure I go about this the right way. I need to make sure I do things in the right order. And if I can do that, then I feel like we'll be able to build a strong foundation and have a very happy relationship. I feel like it would be very abundant, and we'll do all this laughing and smiling. So there, it's like, again, you're the light at the end of the tunnel. I have to deal with all of this BS right now. I have to, you know, go to the court, or I have to sign some papers, or I have to find a new place. I have to move all my stuff, whatever they're going through. You're what they feel is motivating them to get through those difficult times. You know you like it, Jayla. This is the Medieval Feathers Tarot. What else do we have? Structure is good. 9 of Coins, motivation. So this would be like the 9 of Pentacles, right? Knowing that we will be able to set up something incredible is helping me to stay focused on the tasks at hand and making sure I get through everything in the right order, in the right time, so that when you and I are together, we don't run into any of those blocks or issues that I've seen in previous relationships. And for some of you, I gotta make sure that the ex doesn't have access or doesn't have anything that they can do, like, legally to make this new relationship struggle. Because maybe the ex doesn't want to be an ex. Setbacks. Maybe if we dive right into this relationship before everything is completed, there could be a fine or some sort of clause that gets activated in a prenup. It's like, I really have to do things the right way, or it costs me money, or it will just end up taking even longer. Hello, Veda. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. They are struggling with feeling disconnected from you. This is why we have this communication. Whether you've heard this yet or not, they're intending to make sure you understand this is not how I would normally want it to go, but if this is the right way to do it, I owe that to you and to myself. So even though I'd rather be spending all this time talking to you or seeing you, I know it could end up with some negative consequences if I don't take care of these other things first. So allow me to have control over the situation and demonstrate for the ex or for myself or for the boss that this is important to do the right way. 4 of Coins or 4 of Pentacles, stability. Then I'll have my money figured out. Things will be harmonious, 9 of Cups. And I won't have to worry about feeling so far away from you. I'll be able to prioritize spending time with you. Yes, indeed, Aveda. That's a pretty common trend, Shayla, and I think a bit codependent or controlling. Hello, MD, how are you doing? What else do we have, please? Two of Swords, boundaries. If I don't pay close attention to these boundaries, there could be consequences, and it could mean that I end up getting frustrated or impacted by, like, you know, breaking the rules, causing some issues. So I gotta play this one smart. I gotta be patient. Yes, that's quite common, Shayla. All right, this is the situations deck. What else do we have, please? Yep, I think that's exactly what we got here, Shayla. Retaliation. Someone who wants revenge or payback. They may be dragging out the breakup. They may be doing everything they can to try to find proof that the person at fault is this Empress Emperor, even though it could be this, you know, kind of Queen of Swords, King of Swords type. And yet our Empress and Emperor, despite these difficult times, they've been going through a spiritual awakening and ascending. Their ex, on the other hand, keeps looking for a way to have access to the Emperor, Empress's life, wanting to know what's going on, scouring their social media. They're feeling alone and frustrated. They want control and they want reconciliation. They may be trying to offer physical intimacy to the Empress, Emperor, in hopes that they will regain control. Hello, Rodney. How are you doing? Ooh, I think we have a little... Yes, I think you're right about that, James. What does not kill you makes you stronger. That's what is going on here. Yes, there were some, you know, hopes that I had that this other relationship would work out. The ex is trying to get me to see it as not a lost cause, but I know I need to move forward. The ex is hoping that the Empress Emperor has more compassion and is interested in a reunion because of that emotional side of them. But this Queen of Swords, King of Swords in the reverse doesn't realize that because that Emperor side came through a little bit more strong during this breakup, that they are not as emotional or susceptible to emotional manipulation. Nonetheless, the ex is over here like, oh, what you doing? What you eating? Is that a Kit Kat? I just want to know, what are you getting into? I need to know everything. Hello, Jessica. How are you doing? Hello, Flower. How are you? Why is Sun's sleep so disastrous still? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get some good sleep soon. And can I help? What do I need to heal that I haven't seen yet? Aveda, if it's not letting you, try Xing out of the reading and then coming back through. I know sometimes it's a little glitchy, but I hope it works for you. And for Flower, we also have, what will August look like? Awesome. I've added that for you, Flower. Thank you. I'll pull just a couple more and then we'll dive into those personal questions. 3:21 a.m. Goodness. Oh, I'm glad you got in a vacation, Jessica. That's wonderful. So the thing is, this ex who's obsessed, they're starting to realize that maybe the Empress slash Emperor, that they're really done. Like I can't convince you, even if I get like totally naked. They don't have control over their ex anymore. And this is making them curious, is there someone else, right? This is why the Empress Emperor is feeling like, I really need to be careful and cautious because I don't want this ex who's still obsessed to know about you and potentially get, you know, involved or try to make things awkward. So this is why I feel like I have to do things the right way. This is why I have to be a bit cautious. That makes sense, 8-bit. So we have distant horizons. I think we have someone who's moving away. I'm getting divorced. I'm wrapping up some, you know, elements of that ending and starting a new job. I have to deal with the court system and make sure that everything gets finalized. And once that is finalized, my hope is that I get to spend time with you. They have worked diligently, and this is like the Emperor energy, to make things happen. We do have some issue here in terms of fighting over money, or there's money at risk, especially if there was a prenup, right? Or a fidelity clause. And that's why they feel like they have to be very aligned with the rules. Hello, Stargazer. How are you doing? I love that. Thank you, Jessica. Let me add that for you. How does my future look with Aaron? And will he let me, or will he let down his guard? Take a chance. And then, will there be an us? I sure hope so, but we'll take a look at that for you. Thank you, Jessica. I'm doing well. Thank you, Stargazer. So we got 8-bit up first. We're going to go with the Spellcaster's Tarot for you, 8-bit. What is up with 8-bit's connection, please? Who, me? Let me write down Nat's question too. Anything I should need, or anything I need to know about future partner? Thank you, Nat. It's so fun to like, when I'm trying to put the pen back, it's like magnetic, so like it knows where to go. All right, what is up with the connection for 8-bit, please? Oh, you're so welcome, Nat. What does 8-bit need to know about this connection? Queen of Cups in the reverse, 5 of Cups in the reverse, 6 of Swords in the reverse, 9 of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Wands in the reverse. Tread carefully, 8-bit. This makes me nervous. I feel like you might be dealing with someone who has maybe dealt with abandonment or has struggled with insecurity with that Queen of Cups in the reverse. I'm getting a sense of like not really believing that people love me. And with the Five of Cups in the reverse, as a result of not really feeling like anyone really loves me for who I am, they're like quick to push people away. So at the first sign of things not aligning to what they want, they will run away or ghost instead of trying to fix the issue. Queen of Wands in the reverse. As such, this is someone who seems to have a string of short connections because they get a little nitpicky or they feel like, oh, okay, so you don't really like me. Hello, Sarah. How are you doing? I can pull cards on that for if you want to put your request in a super chat. So is this person able to heal from this and connect with 8-bit in a better way? This is not your responsibility. King of Swords in the reverse. This person's pretty entrenched in the lack of confidence or the insecurity. I don't know if you've ever heard the song Hurricane by MSMR. I don't know if it's Ms. Mister or just MSMR. But that song talks about basically, I never really understood why you would even be into me, so I left before you could leave me. This is someone who had a really difficult childhood or was taught some unhealthy patterns or toxic approaches to love. Thank you, Sarah. And wait, or embryos now. How to choose sperm donor. Thank you, Sarah. I've added that for you. Okay. So why did Spirit set this up? To show you how far you've come. Sometimes we are shown or we encounter people who remind us of who we used to be. Notice with the Judgment card, there's a hand with a wand, much like in the Magician. You are looking at this person, or you at some point did, and thought to yourself, I've been there. I know what it's like to not think that you deserve love, or I know what it's like to feel like you can't make things happen the way that you want. But you have been progressing, you've been healing. So this individual is evidence of what could have happened if you didn't focus on what you needed to. Hello, Manganado. How are you doing? Don't worry, Flower. We got Shayla before you, and then it'll be your turn. Anything else for 8-bit, please? 9 of Pentacles and the King of Wands. You are in this person's life, or you encounter this individual to confirm how far you have come, but also you are meant to inspire them. They choose what to do with that information. Oh, I could be like that. Oh, I could learn this. I could, better communicate. They have to choose whether or not they act on that, though. Okay. So this person has a difficulty in staying around We have the Eight of Pentacles, so that's confirmation on the project, right? Or the working together. This is someone who struggles to finish projects. There's a lot of things that are left before things are finished. It's like I'm always in a rush, or I always feel like I need to do something different. Hello, Lord. How are you doing? Hello, DFA. How's your day? New expectations at work. What should I know? Thank you so much. I've added that for you. I'm doing well, thank you. You're welcome, 8-Bit. And let's see what we've got for Shayla. Thank you, Jagula. Nice to see you as well, DFA. All right, so what do we have for Shayla? How is Shayla's sun? Let's see mental and emotional separately. How is Shayla's sun doing mentally, please? Not good. There's a lot of instability. There's a lot of feeling vulnerable. With the High Priestess in the reverse, it's like I get told to do one thing and then I get told that was the wrong thing to do. So are there conflicting like guides or directions here? There's someone here who seems to say, this is the right thing for you to do, and then someone else says, no, don't do it that way. Like if you were trying to do something like baking, and you were following a recipe, and it's one grandmother's recipe, and then your other grandma shows up in person and is like, no, 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 don't do it that way. That's awful. We have conflicting opinions or people who don't seem to align. That could be like a parent and like a teacher disagreeing, or a parent and a grandparent disagreeing. I do feel like the number 3 is important. Why is number 3 important? Because there's 3 people causing trouble for your sun mentally. So things are challenging right now with the 6 of Swords in the reverse. It's like start, stop, start, stop. Yeah, I feel like there's people who want to control how he learns, and they're not doing it for the right reasons. What about emotionally? Another 3. 3 of Wands in the reverse. 9 of Wands in the reverse, and the Hierophant. I do feel like there is perhaps some emotional, like, calm that is granted. This could be, you know, like the majority of my days are stressful, but when I get to go for a walk, like walking the dog or something, then I have peace. Or when I have that 30 minutes at the end of the day and I can like draw or make some music, then I feel better. So it's stressful, it's frustrating, but there's something here. It could even be religion or reading. There's something here that gives him peace. So this is like the saving grace. Does he understand the situation, or has he been brainwashed? He does have some questions here where the answers don't really make sense. So it's like, I'm trying to understand why someone would lie to me, but I'm not necessarily understanding the full grasp of it. So he knows something's off, but he doesn't know why. He knows that there are people trying to influence, and he feels like he can't really trust the people around him. But there's definitely an attempt here to be brainwashed. There are people who want to tell him this is how it is, but he's too smart to just believe everything he's told. So there's questions. And will Shayla go to court soon? No, not soon. Medium. So like a couple months. The moon. Yeah, I feel like within 3 months. So 2 to 3 months. And I wish you luck with that. I do feel like your son is smarter than people give him credit for. And this will serve him well. Hello, Rathisha. Did I say that name right? I hope I did. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Yes. I wonder if he gets that from you, Shayla. I wish you protective energy and healing, and to your son. Let's see what we've got for Flower. Oh, you're so welcome, Shayla. For Flower, this is the Golden Art Nouveau. Why is Flower's son's sleep so disastrous still? Knight of Wands in the reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Wands in the reverse. And the Four of Wands. That's 100% fire energy there. So there's fear. Manifesting, or fear presenting itself. A sense of like feeling like I have bad luck. Feeling like I can't communicate certain things. But then we do also have the Four of Wands. So I feel like it's intermittent. Chariot in the reverse, Five of Wands in the reverse, and the High Priestess. This is how he sees you. He does get a sense of calm from you. He feels like you know things. You know how to figure things out or provide that calm. I feel like you're teaching him how to self-soothe, whether you know it or not. But I don't know, I feel like he might be having a dream with like a dead end or like a maze, and he feels like he can't get out of a space, or like a claustrophobic type situation. Can Flower help? Yes, you can. This is all pointing to the self-soothing being super important. Being able to teach him how to find a sense of calm or grounding, even when things are difficult, even when you're not there. Because there is this, like, you're a safety net, or, you know, a protector. When you're not there, he does want you there, but he's figuring out how to deal with it without you. When will second interview be? Still positive outcome? And thank you, Flower. How to calm. Obsessive over Sun and G. I've added that, and I'm going to try to just knock that out with your current one, okay, Flower? What does Flower need to do to heal that Flower hasn't seen? Wow, the number 6 is important. We've got 6 of Swords, 6 of Cups in the reverse, the Lovers, which is number 6, and the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. So I do feel like what I'm seeing, I often recommend like cutting the cord or saying certain things like I release you, saying them 8 times, or sorry, I'm writing 8-bit, saying them 3 times, but this is 6. So I feel like you need to do something twice, whether that's saging or reporting something or writing something down, manifesting something. Because I see you being very powerful this month with regards to manifesting change. But you need to do it more than once. I see you sacrificing something. That doesn't mean like a goat or something, but setting aside something reasonably sentimental or of value and doing something with regards to manifestation with it. Maybe offering it to the earth. But I see you being able to figure out what you need to do to release something or to forgive someone. Because with that 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, this is like letting go. But I see you being very powerful in August. What will August look like for Flower, please? Ace of Swords in the reverse, Hermit in the reverse. Someone's going to tell you something and they're going to feel like they're telling you the spot-on truth. They know what they know. But you know, as they're saying it to you, no, that's wrong. That's totally wrong. I don't think so. Trust your intuition on that. Oh, good thought. Nat suggested white. I need to say white mouse, but I think you meant white noise. That's a good recommendation. Let me just write down 8-bit's question real quick. About my son as well. He recently reached out to me. His internal struggle, understanding. Did our talk help him? Did our talk help him? Awesome. I've added that for you, 8-bit. Thank you. So you got to be cautious believing what other people tell you, Flower, especially if it goes against your intuition. Because there's someone here who's telling you that everything is fine, or their motivations or their intentions are pure. They're offering something to you, but really they're offering something to you so that you owe them. So be cautious with the offers that you take. What else in August? We also have the 7 of Wands in the reverse. There's someone here that you expect to be like battling you or very like contentious, who gives up and walks away. Someone who I feel is generally quite obnoxious, but they're going to recognize that it's time for them to move on. When will the second interview with the police be? When will the second interview with the police be, please? We have 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, Judgment, and the Page of Pentacles. There's going to be a different energy with that second interview, thankfully. but I see it being about 2 weeks from now. They're kind of taking their sweet time with this. Will it still be a positive outcome for Flower? Yes. It'll be frustrating, but it'll get you where you need to be. And what about calming down? What does Flower need to know with regards to calming down? Know when to walk away. Know when to take time for yourself and get out into nature. And remember the love that you want to show others, including your son or including G, you also need to show to yourself. And sometimes that's just like, sorry, I can't do that, I'm busy, or nope, I'm sleeping in today. Show that love to yourself more readily. I also see you squirreling away a little bit of money to buy something that means a lot to you and brings you joy. It might just be a little token. It might be a new pair of shoes. It might be a cute little ring. Whatever it is, I see you acquiring something that brings you joy. Oh, that's a good idea. Lavender in the pillow. I love how sweet and considerate you all are, helping each other. Thank you for doing that. Flower, I am wishing you so much healing and calm. August is going to be a good month for you. All right, let's see what we've got for Jessica. Jessica is asking, how does my future look with Aaron? How does Jessica's future look with Aaron? Ace of Pentacles, Three of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Cups in the reverse, and the Lovers. So we have 2 aces, and I've only taken 4 cards for you. That's statistically significant, but I don't love that the Ace of Cups is in the reverse. To me, this indicates there's a bit of a hiccup. So there's this opportunity, you and I, we walk through this door, we're going to try to, get into this relationship, but then there is this setback or this delay. So I feel like you two start off pretty well. There's healed energy, which suggests that both you and Aaron have gone through it, but worked to make sure that you mend what you need to. But there's a hesitation here when it comes to being fully vulnerable, either on your side or on Aaron's side. And it means that there's an argument or a need to recalibrate partway through. But I still see a positive outcome here with the Lovers. It's one of those things where we realize, maybe I'm just afraid and I keep looking for this negativity because I've been hurt in the past. But what I really want to do is be happy. So even though there is a step back or a period of disconnection or even feeling rejected, there is a recognition that maybe this is just because I'm scared, right? I love you too, Flower. So things have a little bit of an obstacle or a little bit of a challenge here regarding emotional vulnerability, but it ends up working in your favor because it helps you or this person, Aaron, realize, no, I think I'm just maybe a little bit scared and I need to just dive right in. Will he let down his guard? Oh, that makes sense. Will he let down his guard and take a chance? Initially, no. This is the hiccup. Just like I said, there's an issue here in terms of vulnerability. But then with that Six of Wands, this is victory or success. So it's I get a little bit of a scare. I feel like things aren't going to work out. I realize I miss you, or I realize I'm being foolish, and then I open up. It may even be you have an argument and that's what helps you to finally get to this vulnerability, it makes me realize how important you are to me. The thought of losing you really gets me upset. So I need to do things differently. Will there be an us for Jessica and Aaron? Still up in the air right now. It depends on how this little like glitch goes or the argument, because there is a desire to avoid heartbreak that ends up being a lot of fear. So it's dependent upon how things are handled in that argument. My recommendation to you is to give space if it's requested, or even anticipate that maybe that's what's needed. And even when you might be feeling like you need to, make things happen or ask a lot of questions, be patient, make sure the voice is calm, there's no yelling. I feel like things can go the right way, but right now it's very much so up in the air because of when that argument happens or when that little like road bump happens. If things get escalated unnecessarily, then I feel like he runs. Then he's like, nope, this is too much. But he has the chance to see things in the right way, or see things where maybe I just need to give this a chance and I'm being a little bit overly cautious or paranoid. So you've got this. There's a need for patience, and I feel like you can offer that. All right. I'm wishing you luck. Let's see what we've got for Nat Nat. This is the Stained Glass Tarot. Ooh, hold on. That was not how I wanted to shuffle the cards. Oops. All right. What does Nat Nat need to know about her future partner? What does Nat Nat need to know about future partner? You're welcome, Jessica. Yep. So the natural inclination is to shut down, but I think you're the one who can help him get past that. What does Nat Nat need to know about future partner, please? We have the Page of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Six of Wands. Sometimes this future partner of yours has a bit of a drawback, a tendency to communicate and expect for things to change kind of like on their own, but not necessarily changing the behavior. This could be kind of like that, like, oh, I don't know how to do that, when, really they could learn. So it's like, I see how things could go well, or I imagine the positive outcome, but doing the actual work seems like tedious or difficult. So this could be someone who expects things to get better like overnight or immediately without appreciating how much work really goes into it. This is someone who has dealt with very controlling relationships in the past, so there could be a tendency to be a little bit defensive. But they're working on healing from this. They've had this heartbreak, and it's motivated them to go through some self-reflection and really understand how they approach love and what kind of outcome they get as a result of that. I feel like accountability has been a major focus for this person over the last year. They're realizing how powerful their words are, but that they also need to have the actions that match with those words. So with the High Priestess combined with the Star, this is someone who's been doing some major healing. And of course, that always requires looking at yourself. What can I do differently? Taking some time, being a bit solitary, and rebuilding after a difficult relationship. Yeah. So I have felt weak. I have felt like I didn't have what it takes. I have doubted myself, but now I have a greater appreciation for what it takes to make a relationship work. And I know I need to put in more effort the next time around. I feel like this is all about accountability. And with the Seven of Swords, this is willingness to be brutally honest with themselves. This is what I need to do differently. This is what needs to change. This is how I need to communicate. There's an underscore when it comes to honesty. I know, isn't this a beautiful deck? It's one of my favorites. So a very healed person, where nobody's perfect, but this person has been really working on what they need to in order to be a better partner the next go around. All right, let's see what we've got for Sarah. This is the Pulp Tarot. It's hard for me not to think of Pulp Fiction. The Pulp Tarot for Sarah. Is it in Sarah's best interest to retrieve eggs and wait? Or embryos now? Embryos now. If you wait, or if you retrieve the eggs and then wait, there's some sort of issue that happens. Honestly, I feel like there's some issue with storage or issue with keeping track of who they belong to. So it's better to do the embryo option. And how can Sarah best choose sperm donor? Be cautious, because I feel like the first two places that you look at are not fully honest with you about their practices or their approach. So it feels like a little bit of a waste. It's going to be frustrating because you do a lot of legwork here, but the third place you look into feels like the right option. It's going to take some work, but you're going to get there. And we have, with the Lovers, this is a choice, right? But we also have the little cherub. So the third place that you visit, or the third place that you check out, maybe it's if you already have a list. Because I'm seeing it as like there's groups, right? And when you go to the third company, they have a reputable approach and they will help you to pick the right person. But for whatever reason, these first two that you look at, they're saying, nope, don't like it. You're welcome, Nat Nat. Yeah, I don't know that they can really qualify that. I do feel like the number 6 is important. Is that going to be made clear to Sarah, what that means? Not initially. It takes a minute. The reality is a lot of the people who have donated have shortcomings. I mean, we all do, right? I think this is saying go on the 6th. The date is important. But if you are too paranoid about how to make sure it's a good person, you end up losing out on what you really want. So at some point, you just have to like go for it. I'm very much so getting it's the third option that you visit or the third option on your list as far as the actual company. I have the Three of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Empress, which is number 3. You're going to be able to make the right choice here. It's going to feel like you're blinded, but you're going to figure it out. The Six of Cups, another 6, but we got the little kids on here. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna figure this out. Is there anything like signs that Sarah will see? Okay. So as you are walking in or as you are thinking about this place, you're going to see the type of person that you would envision being the right kind of like father or donor. That's like you're walking into the place and you look to your right and the person getting out of their car across the street looks like the kind of person that would be a reputable donor, right? But this is saying make sure you don't delay your decision too much. There's a little bit of a timeline here. But you're going to be able to figure this out. Have faith in yourself and your decision-making skills. Your intuition will guide you. And I wish you luck. I hope it goes much easier for you than you anticipate. All right, let's see what we've got for DFA. This is the Cagliostro Tarot. For DFA, yeah, it could be location issues. DFA is asking about the new expectations at work. What should DFA know about these new expectations, please? Judgment, 5 of Cups, 8 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. I don't like this. This looks to me like there are some financial issues. There could be something here that is being used as a way to like weed people out or get people to quit. Is this going to end with a better outcome? No, this is like, a little bit looking like cutting corners. Like I'm trying to find a way to save some money or not have to pay my employees as much. There's dishonesty here in terms of why the changes were decided upon. You have inefficient protection. Domineering woman. I don't really like it, DFA. I wish I had better cards for you. But we have someone here who made a decision that they shouldn't have made. It's impacted the finances. They don't want to be honest about it. So they're coming up with like a justification for a shift or a change. I do feel like there is someone here who's advocating for you or protective of you, but there's going to be imbalance or frustration in terms of people having to do multiple people's jobs or people not being given the training that they needed. There's an issue here with expenses. The company or the owner is spending money that they shouldn't, or in a way that they shouldn't. The truth is going to come out, or you're going to get a hint at what really happened, but there's going to be obstacles and struggles before things get better. So I'm wishing you patience. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit frustrating. You still have success awaiting you. But you're gonna end up dealing with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. You are going to learn something very helpful. It's like a good thing to put on the resume, or you meet somebody who knows how to help you find a better situation. So someone's looking out for you, but someone in your company doesn't know what they're doing, unfortunately. I hope you still find that abundance. We got success still in the cards for you. You're just going to have to deal with some BS and some people who don't know what they're doing. All right, let's see what we've got for 8-bit. Did 8-bit's chat with the sun help him? Yes, very much so. Six of Wands, 10 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands. This is like, don't cry over spilt milk. So it's making me think of when my dad gave me some really legitimate advice when I was in school and helped me to see a different perspective. You saw something different, or from a different perspective than your son, and now he sees, okay, so like the struggle is worth it. It might be frustrating, it might take longer than I want, and I might be focused on what didn't go the way that I want, but now I know how to pivot. Now I know how to make a plan. I'm glad to hear that, DFA. Hello, Anastasia. Hello, Sabakuna. Ah, yes. So will he be a little bit more comfortable with this gift? He's working on well, quite honestly, what it seems like to me is there's a need to let go of a friendship or some expectations from some people that don't really matter. Like, I just need to embrace being a bit different. If I try to hide who I am, or if I try to be like everyone else, that's when I run into issues. If I care too much about others' opinions of me, that's when things go south. So maybe I need to let go of that friendship, or maybe I need to be a little bit more honest with myself about what capability they have of understanding where I'm coming from. But he'll recover from that. And I do feel like you have made a difference. It's one of those things that initially it helps me, but over a long period of time, I continue to come back to that advice. It's just valuable, right? You're so welcome, DFA. All right, y'all, I'm tired. I'm gonna go eat some cheese. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping the video if you're able to, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.